equipment this morning, got the cutter up front. We got my buddy Skidder in the back. I got a friend of mine's going to use my 548 for a couple days on a stream restoration job. They're going to pull some walnut logs out, chip the brush, all that crap. So I owe him a favor for doing that little gum job we did. He let me use his loader and truck to. So I'm just returning the favor. He's going to use my skidder for 3 days or so, and then we'll move it up here if we still need it. It's kind of a screwed up deal the way they got this working in this job. They're going to let me cut anything that's blowed over, but if it's broken, like if the storm ripped the whole top of it out and there's still like 20 foot of stub sticking there, I can't cut that down. If I cut that down, we got to put 2 trees in its place. How retarded is that? Jeez, whiz, these people that run these pencil pushers are just retarded. I mean, just absolutely stupid. But at least they gave us the go-ahead to get in here and get started. I got a phone meeting with them on Wednesday. Not exactly sure what he's going to tell me that I don't already know, but at least we're back to work. Not sure if we're going to be able to sell these damn loads, but we'll at least be working anyway, instead of sitting around getting fat. So this ought to be interesting. It'll make some good video. I'll probably bust this up into 2. I got to kind of see how many I got going on there, see how long we're getting now. But yeah, at least we're back to work. Thankful to be doing something. A little bit of money's better than nothing, right? Well, now we're trying to figure out where to get these boys turned around at. It's one of them things where you come in there with a pickup and you look like you got plenty of room, but then you don't really have much room. And the problem here on this job is everywhere's wet. You get off the driveway in too many places and it's pretty bad. But this will work. Bring around the Rosie. The white truck's gonna drop the low boy. He's going back after the loader. And this fella here is gonna go move something else today. Good group of guys. It's a friend of mine's sons. Both of them are brothers, young guys. Good group of guys. Hard workers. It's a little dog. It's chasing horse flies. You know, them great big old flies. I tell you, this place, I don't know. Everything down here wants to bite you. All the flies want to bite you, and they're like that big. The chiggers are horrible down here. I mean, absolutely horrible. I got to put bug spray on 2 or 3 times a day. The chiggers are still getting. Look at this goofy dog. If I had to picture hell, I would have to say it's this woods this time of year. We got started in here yesterday. Dixie, come on, get in the truck so we don't run you over. So anyway, we got started in here yesterday. It ain't gonna be easy, I can tell you that. It's gonna be a tough one. I started putting the road up through the middle. You get in your mind, you lay there in bed sometimes at night and you think how you're going to do something. You feel real confident about your game plan. And then as soon as you start rolling in here to execute your game plan, you realize that your game plan ain't going to work. So we got the loader set up, yesterday in a little bit of a different spot than what I had planned on, but since we can't cut a bunch of trees, extra trees, which I'll get to that later, oh shit, I went to turn around here. We decided to move the landing down here. It's a little bit of a further skid, but it'll serve the same purpose, plus give us a little more room, put the cut up logs. What I started doing yesterday is I went up through the middle of this job and I was I want to put a road right up through the center of it. Basically, if you go all the way straight through this woods, you get to the water. Out there, I can't see me, but anyway, straight through that woods, you'll hit water. So So I kind of went down in the woods. I'm going to run a road right up through the middle of it, and then I'm going to just kind of wishbone off of that. You know, but it's a mess. I mean, the wood's a stick. You know, Mother Nature folded the whole thing on top of itself. It's a mess in there. So just getting through it's a pain. But what I was doing yesterday is pretty cool. I'm gonna try to get some video of it, because I don't know if you all have ever cut blow down, but this, you know, this tree is down in the dirt. So to cut it off with a saw, I mean, you might as well sharpen it every time. And the trees are a little bit too big to go down on it and zip it off in one shot when it's laying on the ground. So what I was doing yesterday is I was cutting the top of it off and getting all that stuff out of the way, whatever firewood we wanted to salvage out of the top. And then I would take this cutter and stand that whole stub back up in the air. So it might be 40 foot of tree. I'd stand that whole stub back up in the air and then hit it twice and cut it off. It's pretty cool. So I'll try to get that on video today if I run into that same situation. But this is a prime example that the new rules of logging that they make us abide by, this is a prime example of what happens with what they make us do now. The reason why this whole woods did this, Mother Nature did this, is because this wood should have been logged 15 years ago and it wasn't. And the reason why it wasn't is because it's in the critical area and it was too many hoops to jump through to log it, and they wouldn't let you cut what you should cut. So it's like not even worth it. So about 4 or 5 weeks ago, Mother Nature said it's time to fucking mow this timber down, and she mowed it down. And now we're in here just trying to clean it up. I mean, she put brush in the creek, she put brush in the ditches, she put brush in the buffer, she put brush in that big river in the back. I mean, she did not do it like a logger's supposed to do it, and she didn't follow the new rules that MDE is now put in place. So now that I'm done venting, I'm gonna blow the radiator out, and we're gonna head down in there and get to work. Now this is a pretty good example of what this entire woods looks like. I mean, it just literally looks like a really bad logging job. I mean, just as far as you can see out through there, all the trees are gone. You know, I mean, and then you go over here and it missed this big patch. You know, like that's never been touched, but you see how thick it is in there. But I mean, that's just trees, just as far as you can go till you get to the water. You know, I haven't even been in there yet, so, you know, we haven't cleaned any of that up. But what I did, you know, you can see I went down through here. Let me fire this thing, spin this around. What I did was yesterday I came in here and we just kind of worked our way through. And I mean, we probably just in this little strip, I don't know, got a load and a half, you know, just in the road, just putting the road in. So it's gonna be a lot of timber coming out of here. And it ain't gonna look pretty when we're done, but at least you get some money out of it. All right, what we got here is, I just stalled the top off of that one. So we got 3 big rock oaks just folded down on top of each other. Let me get this head out the way. I mean, you can just see, I mean, little gums ripped off. I mean, it's, you know, it's a daggone mess, I tell you. But I cut the top off of this one. I'm gonna try to get situated in there, stand it up. When I get set up to stand it up, we'll try to show you what I'm doing. It's working pretty good. And it sure beats climbing through that mess with a saw, that's for sure. Alright, got a hold of her. It's a little hard to do because you need to kind of, this one's going to fight me a little bit, must be stuck in the ground pretty hard. Drive up on her. girl. Come on, old girl. There you go. There you go. Alright, she stood back up. Nothing but a big pole sticking there. Now I gotta hopefully get it to stay there. So let's see if she'll stay. So I can. Yep, she stayed there. Now if only you could pick the whole tree back up like that and it'd stay there, but anyone that won't happen, we all know that. So now what I can do is I can hit this one from two sides and I won't bust it this way. When it's in the ground, you can't quite reach all the way through it, and it breaks. So this way I'll be able to punch it from two sides, just like you was gonna be if you was gonna cut a tree down standing in the woods. Well, maybe I don't need to punch it from two sides. I'll leave get that one all the way off. Huh. Well, that's nice. And we drop her on the ground. And we get one around here like so. I want that camera stay up there. It's driving me nuts. And now what I'll do is fish it on out here for Chris to get a hold of with the big 610. It's definitely a little more time consuming, but make a fortune off all of them, I guess. Well, little dog and I are headed down in there for day number 3. We got, oh, that's a little slow going yesterday. I thought we were going to be a little more productive than we were, but it's just, you get into little patches that got a lot of blowdown, and then you got other patches that don't have much in it, but you got to go back there and get it, and it's like going through a jungle to get back to it. So a lot of times you spend, really you're spending too much time going back in there, but you can't leave the tree lay there to rot. So we go on and get it. But so where I was at yesterday, it just wasn't a bunch of blowdown. So, but I think I was working my way into a patch yesterday evening when I quit that had a fair amount in it, so I think we'll get a little more done today, I believe. And it is what it is, the way things are right now with the log prices and the bills and who's taking logs, who's not taking logs. It's as long as we're covering the fuel bill and putting some money in our pockets, yeah, this is better than nothing. But we're going to work our way back in here and try to make something happen. Well, I just got off the phone with the head honcho at planning and zoning about this job. I finally got in touch with somebody. And he told me as long as they're dead or falling over or the whole top's ripped out of them, we can cut them. So, but he said if they got any canopy in them at all, if we cut them, we got to replant. So obviously, oh, that one's too dead. See a whole top come out of that one. Huh, guess I cut that one down for nothing. But, so that's good news. So we can cut a little bit more than we thought. Originally, they said we couldn't cut the stuff unless it was down. So even if the whole top was broke out of it, we couldn't So at this point, I mean, basically, ain't even no way to even know whether that can be in it or not. So probably could get away with logging the whole place if I wanted to, but I ain't gonna get into that. But yeah, that was, well, they told me Friday that we could cut anything that was blowed over, so talking to him now we can. And really, I have been cutting the stuff that's busted off too. I ain't really quite following them rules like I should, but yeah, so we're all good to go. I'm just going to take a bunch of pictures and put them on a flash drive at the end, and if something comes up about this job later, I'll have all my proof. That storm really whacked it through here. Now, I've already been through that whole section there, got it cleaned up. I got, there's 3 or 4 trees over here to my left that are on this side of a big ravine in there. I'm gonna get them and then jump on the other side of my skid road and try to find a few more. But yeah, she hit this little section pretty hard, man. It's a shame, but it is what it is. Well, I'm down here and about the worst of it, I think. I tell you, look at this woods. I mean, just look at it. It's all gone. I mean, all gone. And it's all in a pile. I have been in here today. It's really, it's been a little bit aggravating because you're going through this mess and you see a great big stump, and then when you get to the stump, it's just like 4 little rock oak trees growing out of the same stump. It's nothing but firewood. So you spend 20 minutes digging your way up through there for firewood. So, but I don't know. It is what it is. We're trying to find somebody to buy the firewood from us. Hopefully we can move that. And then, yeah, it won't be too bad if we can sell the firewood. But yeah, it's a mess. It's really, it's a mess. But thankful to have the work right now because I ain't got nothing else to do. And at least the oak is moving. That's a good thing. I wish Mother Nature would have did a little better job placing these trees so she didn't bust them up. Of course, as I'm going through here, I don't have the heart just to leave this a mess. So I'm also trying to pull the tops down a little bit so it looks good for the landowner, which is where I'm spending a lot of my time. You know, just like this, I'm just trying to clean this up a little bit, lay down some, so it's not so horrible looking. But I had a truck come in yesterday, hauled 2 loads out here yesterday. I think he's going, I don't know if he's going, Monday's supposed to be Monday's a holiday. I don't know if he's going to work Monday or not. He said he'd be back and haul some Monday, but I don't think he realized it was a holiday. Not that it matters to us, we're going to work anyway, or at least I am. I don't know about a buddy of mine, I don't know if he's going to work or not. He may go fishing. See that cutter's so nice, man. Just doing all this from the seat of my ass. It's great. Well, overall, I think in that little mess we got going on there, we accomplished a little bit of something. I'm not sure if we're making any money or not, but we're getting somewhere. I just hope we're paying the fuel bill. That's all I'm worried about. But this one's getting a little bit long. We're rained out. No work today. The amount of rain we got, don't think it's going to be much work tomorrow. So I'm going to wrap this one up so I can get it edited and stick it out there. So I want to thank everybody for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.